Teacher Service Commission to retain its powers continues, even as Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu defends the ongoing implementation of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms report. In a 17-page document submitted to the National Assembly, Machogu says the ongoing implementation has not in any way touched on the structure of the Constitution and the existing statutes. MPs have demanded a statement from the Education CS on the status of the implementation process. Shadrach Mite with that report.
After he was ordered by Speaker of the National Assembly to submit a detailed report on the ongoing implementation of the report by the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has written to the Leader of Majority in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, responding to concerns raised by MY MP Omboko Milemba that the reforms could interfere with the mandate of the Teacher Service Commission as enshrined in the Constitution.
The recommendations that the Minister of Education review the grades for pre-service teachers jeopardize the mandate of the Teacher Service Commission as provided under Article 237(3) of the Constitution.
But in his letter to the Leader of Majority in the National Assembly, Machogu argues that the Minister of Education did not set standards of education and training of persons entering the teaching service, but standards for admission to teacher training colleges. The Education CS further says, while the fourth schedule of the Constitution vests the functions of education policy, standards, curricula, and examinations of the national government, Article 237 of the Constitution vests the Teacher Service Commission with the power to review the standards of education and training of persons entering the teaching service and to advise the national government on matters relating to the teaching profession. In addition, Machogu says the responsibility of setting entry requirements for admission to learning institutions is not the constitutional mandate of the TSC, but the Minister of Education. Other clauses in the report deemed by Parliament to be offensive to the Constitution are recommendations on the establishment of a comprehensive school system and hiring of school chaplains and imams. Machogu has informed the Leader of Majority that recommendations touching on this have not been implemented. The CS says, while the Education Reforms Report envisages an intergovernmental agreement between the national and county governments as provided for under Article 187 of the Constitution, its implementation will only happen after necessary amendments to the laws, which will first be submitted to Parliament for consideration. Regarding employment of chaplains and imams in schools, Machogu has told Parliament that while there were submissions from stakeholders to have chaplains and imams in schools in order to promote value-based learning, the recommendations have not been implemented, and neither has any power been given to the TSC in this regard. He concludes by indicating that a draft bill on the matter will be brought to Parliament for consideration. The CS response came even as stakeholders continued to push and call for the independence of the Teacher Service Commission.
Teachers suffered, some people were arrested, and that independence that was created in the 2010 Constitution should be guarded. Our position is that the independence of the Teacher Service Commission must remain. That is why we have reached where we are as women, especially as women teachers, because our numbers have grown and our teachers, women teachers who are in leadership, now it is almost 50-50 because of that independence.
Shadrach Mite, KTN News.
Thank you so much indeed.
Joshua Irungu alias Joey and former TV news anchor Jacqueline Maribe